Sam? Are you really going to be staying with your father after all of this is over with?
What? What do you want now out of all times? You're annoying me. If I were to go with you, the housewife, then I'd be left to a life of misery and no money. I can tell you, you don't know how to support yourself on your own, so there is no way you'll be able to care for me too. I want to make it all the way to college and be able to get a master's at some point. And before then, when I start going to high school, I want to be able to wear the nicest clothing and go out to really fancy cafes with all of my popular friends. I am also wanting to get myself one of the coolest men in the school to become my boyfriend, and with that, a lot of money too. So after thinking about all the things I want, I decided that I'd be going with Dad and his really cute and young girlfriend. She happens to run her own bar even, so she has to have a lot of money as well. And she told me that if I allow her to marry Dad, she's going to give me an allowance of $500 a month. That's a way better deal than whatever a useless woman like you could do for me.
So those are your reasons for wanting to go with your father after this divorce?
Well, of course. Also, I had been the one talking with Dad about how I wanted him to wait on getting this divorce until I had turned 15.
What?
Being 14 years or younger, there was a very high chance that you could get custody of me in the divorce, and neither Dad or I wanted that to happen. So I asked Dad to wait until I turned 15, so I could choose who I wanted to go with.
And while you guys had been waiting, your father was cheating on me with that other girl?
That's right, and I love thinking about how she'll become my cool new mom. So please stop asking me if I'm sure I want to be with her more than you. By the way, hurry up and leave us already. Starting tonight, my new mom is going to be coming to this house and will start to live here with Dad and I. Her name is Ellie, by the way. And we both don't want her to run into Dad's ex-wife on her first day here. I'd feel bad for her if that happened.
I'm leaving, Sam.
Then, make it quick. Dad already took full custody of me because that's what I wanted, so you're not even my mom anymore. Which means you can't talk to me anymore like one.
I wasn't trying to. Sam, I was just trying to help you out here. After realizing that this whole time, your grandma had been tricking you into thinking that I'm a bad person.
I listened to her because she would buy me anything I wanted if I listened. And she's a lot nicer than you.
And that's the reason why I wanted to check with you one last time before I go. I had this feeling deep down that maybe you didn't want what your grandma was telling you, and that perhaps you still wanted to be my daughter. But after this conversation, it is clear to me that you don't want me anymore. That's too bad. At least now I know that I no longer have to worry about you, since you don't want that from me. Thank you very much. Now I feel a little bit better about all of this.
Huh?
Goodbye forever, my ex-daughter.
Congratulations on being married to my dad for a year. Today you're going out with him for you guys' anniversary, right? You have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much, Curtis. I really wish you could have come along with us tonight. If it wasn't for you agreeing that your dad is getting married to me, then something like tonight would never be happening between him and I.
I really like that you want to invite me out with you both, but this is your guys' anniversary, and I don't want to be there as a third wheel.
You think you'd become a third wheel? Then, how about in a couple of days, the three of us could go out and have a casual dinner?
That would be awesome. Seriously, Mom, thank you so much for becoming my mother.
Why are you being so open with me about this?
I'm sure you want to know why a 24-year-old man like me is being so squishy right now. But my real mother passed away back when I was only 1 year old. And ever since then, my dad has been taking care of me on his own, while never even bothering to find someone else. He's been without a woman in his life for over 20 years now, and yet he finally ran into someone who opened his eyes again. And that was you. At the cafeteria in you guys' office building, right? And did you know, he came to me after the first time he laid his eyes on you, asking me for advice with women? He told me he had no clue what to do about you and how to ask you out.
I never knew that. Something like that could really happen?
Well, considering my dad would rarely ever go to the cafeteria since he's a CEO, he sort of asked me to go and talk with you some in his place, since I'm in there almost every day. He even started asking me to come up with a plan for him to use in order to get you to go on a date.
Does that mean the idea of reserving a table closest to where I was working for the CEO to have lunch was...
That's right. That was all my idea. I knew that by having my dad sit down close to where you had to work in the cafeteria, you would be forced to talk with him and him with you.
Curtis, wow.
We made sure to do all of this with the help of the secretary and some of my dad's closest friends there. One of them being the HR director, and we asked if it would be okay to do something like that in the hopes of getting my dad and you to talk. And he told us that he'd let it happen. Normally, it would be inappropriate for the CEO to be trying for a relationship inside the workplace, but everyone knew how lonely my dad had been and that he really needed someone. So in the end, we had everyone helping my dad out.
I found it a bit crazy that within 3 months of talking to the CEO, I was already going out on dates with him and stuff after work. Wow. You all did so much for the both of us.
Please keep the fact that I was behind all this a secret, please.
What? I wonder if I could keep this a secret or not.
What? I'm not sure how I feel about you right now. Please don't say anything to anyone about all that, please. My dad would get very upset if he heard that I was talking again.
That's a good point. Well, it really is all because of you that your dad and I are so happy. So I suppose I will keep my mouth shut about everything you've told me today.
Please, Mom, please!
If I don't start leaving the house soon, I will miss my appointment.
What? Oh, it's already that time of day. Have a good time, Mom.
Thank you, and I'll talk to you later.
Mama, are you doing alright?
What?
This is Sam. Your daughter, Sam. Just the other day I saw you going into and sitting down at that super fancy French restaurant with another man. I was wondering what the heck was going on there, and so I started to ask around a little bit. And that's when I learned that you got married to the CEO of a tech firm. The fact that you were able to land a money bag like that at the age of 45 is amazing, Mama. I'll come back and be your cute little daughter again for you, so please give me $20,000. So, when can you and I meet?
I was wondering what you wanted to talk to me about. You really think that I just have some large amount of money like $20,000 sitting around?
Huh?
And even if I did have that kind of money on me right now, I wouldn't be giving it to some stranger for absolutely no reason. You have to have a very good reason for asking something like that, but I don't think you do.
What? I have a reason, though. A great reason, as a matter of fact. It's the best reason you're going to hear.
I doubt that.
I just told you that your daughter who you haven't seen is willing to meet you again and become your cute little girl once more, right? And for that reason, I would like you to give me $20,000. Kind of like a payment for my services to you. I'm sure as my mom, you'd be more than happy to listen to what I'm asking and give me that money, right?
5 years ago.
Huh?
You told me that you chose to have your father's girlfriend, Allie, as your new mother, right? So ever since that divorce, I have never been your mother, and there is nothing that would make me become your mother again now.
Ah, you're talking about that. Well, all of that never happened. Never. I take back everything I said to you then.
And why is that?
Because Dad and Allie ended up getting divorced. That bar I told you Allie had been running, well, she wasn't that great of a business owner, and so after only a few years it went bankrupt and she lost the bar. And that meant the $500 a month that she promised me before was no longer coming. At that point, I realized I really couldn't use her anymore. Grandma also ended up passing away last year, so the only person ever giving me money is Dad. It's not even that much each month, so I'm tired of relying on him too. That's when I found out that you found yourself a really good ATM, and now living large. Right? That's why if you give me $20,000 right now, I will come out and see you and start being your cute little daughter again. And from then on, I'll let you see me whenever you want. Heck, I'll even come out and move in with you if you'd like.
Hold on, I have to go.
Hey, don't start getting too cocky now, you little brat.
What? Mama?
I'll tell you this right now. I took her phone for a little bit, so that means you're not talking to your mom at the moment.
Then who are you?
I'm your mama's stepson, after she married my dad a year ago.
Huh? Oh, is that so? I guess it's not that strange for someone the age of that CEO to have a kid or two by now, so, How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
And I am 20 years old. Which makes you my older brother then. Which is just crazy to me because I've never had any siblings before. Nice to meet you, big brother.
I told you to stop acting like such a cocky brat.
Huh? You should be treating me like a little princess right now since I'm your little sister. But you're saying that to me?
I was already told that you're not my mom's daughter. So don't even think for a second more that you were related to me in any way.
But, you can't start calling a young woman a brat like that. And it's not like you and I have ever met one another yet.
Looks to me like you have no idea who I am then.
I've never met you in my life, so of course I have no idea who you are, idiot.
I'm Curtis.
What?
My name is Curtis.
Oh, wait. No freaking way. There's no way you're the Curtis who used to be working as a store manager at Ali's bar, right?
Sorry to say, but that's me. And you picked on me so much at that job that I could probably file a claim against you for verbally harassing me there. Calling me a lowlife for only being raised by a single father, and saying I had no chance in life because my mom died when I was only 1. I'm that Curtis.
Oh, wait, what the heck is going on here? You've been the son of a CEO this whole time? And right now you're the son of the CEO that my mom married?
I'm just as shocked as you are right now. I never thought that someone as kind-hearted and open-minded as Megan would have such an audacious and annoying daughter as you. Well, from what she was telling me, her twisted mother-in-law at the time had been feeding you lies about your mom and spoiling you at the same time. So I guess I can see how you turned out like such a selfish brat.
Hey! I don't care who you are to me. You're saying too much.
Well, if you don't want to hear anything else from me, then scram. Leave my mom alone and go find someone else to try leeching off of.
What? But what about $20,000 that she's going to be giving me?
And from what she said, she doesn't want to meet you ever again, so you're not getting that money.
Huh?
In other words, that $20,000 you were asking her for in exchange for meeting up with her again isn't going to do you any good.
But I need that money.
Why do you need something like $20,000 so badly?
Because I freaking needed it. Give me back to my mom right now and let me talk to her about this.
You really think that she's going to be willing to give a whiny little brat like you that kind of money?
Of course she will be. No matter what, I am still her cute little daughter after all.
You really have come all the way back to the same person you asked your dad to cheat on, and then leave so that you can get $500 per month from your dad's girlfriend to help you now? I know what you need that $20,000 for, Sam. You need it in order to help your dad pay off that settlement he's been asking for by Ali, after she found out your dad was cheating on her with another woman at that bar.
What?
I heard all about this from one of my previous coworkers who had been working there with me before.
Don't tell me you told my mom about that.
Sorry, but she knows. I started to learn about how you had been going around asking about my mom and who her husband is. Knowing that you were nothing but bad news for all of us here, I spoke with my dad about what I had learned about your dad at that bar. And he gave me the green light to tell my mom about everything that's been going on.
What the hell are you doing?
I would like to ask you that goddamn same thing. Megan has finally found herself smiling again after she was able to marry my dad and become part of my family. If you continue to pester my mom and get in the way of her relationship to my dad, I will not go easy on you. Understood?
What the hell?
There was still something I was left questioning after that day, and that was me wondering why Sam came to me out of all people asking to give her $20,000 to help her pay her dad's settlement. And well, as it turns out, that her dad ended up getting that other woman pregnant while he was cheating on Allie. And all of his family cut ties to him for that. And that means there is nobody left for Sam to rely on now, either for help. Both her and her dad are working tirelessly every single day in order to get that money so that the settlement can be paid off. And my goodness, that must suck. I do feel a little bad that she has to go through all of that instead of going to college, but I'm not going to help her any. Luckily, both my husband and my stepson have agreed with me in saying I was right to not give her any money, and that she needs to learn to take responsibility for her actions, and one way or another. I have been asked plenty of times since then why I didn't help her out when she is my blood-related daughter, and to this day I tell them that she is not my family, and that has left me wondering, what is the true meaning of family? Do you always have to call somebody related to you by blood family, or can you cut them out of your life and truly view them as a stranger? I'm not going to think too deeply into all of that, as I'm not sure there is a single good answer to that, and instead, I'm going back to my current loving family. The family that treats me with the same respect that I treat them with. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey Marge, are you done with your part-time job yet?
Yeah, just finished a little while ago. I'm in the staff room getting changed now.
Oh, okay. Then could you pick up some stuff on your way home?
What do you need?
The fridge is practically empty, so pick up all the basic stuff, would you? Oh, yeah, forgot. You got paid yesterday, right?
Yeah, so...
Could you pay for that pizza we ordered yesterday? Didn't have my purse on me.
Pizza? You mean that family size? The usual royal special?
Yeah, the toppings on those are super delicious.
How much was it?
Well, it's been a couple of weeks and I ordered 3 or 4 times. Figured it's about $300 give or take.
$300? Are you serious? Give me a break, Mom. I asked you a bunch of times not to spend so much on meals every month. You know we're on a tight budget. Wasn't it you who said we shouldn't be wasteful?
Come on, what's a little pizza? I've worked my butt off since separating from your father. You were only 5 then, you know. You finally got into high school, and now that you're working a part-time job, let your mom have a little treat. It's the least you could do.
If it's occasionally, I wouldn't mind. But constantly? I can't afford this. I have to pay for my school stuff too, you know. If I have to constantly pay for your extravagant lunches, on top of that, I just can't go on.
Is that my fault? Your dad has no intention of paying child support. If you can't afford it, well, just work a little more. Simple.
Come on. I put in another shift and I won't be able to study. I'm thinking of going to a junior college or a vocational school, but I can't even save for that.
What? Are you planning on going to school after high school?
Yeah, that's my plan.
No way, you can't do that. We have no money. Get that through your head.
I said I would work it out somehow with a student loan or something.
Student loan? That's just getting further into debt. Besides, what will the neighbors and our relatives think? We would look so poor.
I won't be a burden to you.
No burden? Just thinking about going to school after high school is a huge burden. Don't waste time thinking about what school to go to. Think about getting a better job and finally making my life easier after all these years. How could you say that? There's stuff I want to do too, you know. If you got any complaints, talk to your deadbeat father. That no good timing father of yours. Sorry to be contacting you at such a late hour. This is Brian's line, right?
Yes, it is. May I ask who this is?
Dad? It's been a while.
Dad? Is this Marge?
Yes, your daughter Marge. I took a peek at Mom's smartphone and saw your name and phone number, so...
What a surprise! I never thought I would hear from you.
I hope you're not angry or anything.
What? Of course not. I'm really happy that you called. Last time I saw you was about 10 years? No, 11 years ago. I hear you're a junior in high school now, right?
Yes, that's right.
How have you been?
Fine, sir.
Relax. No need to be super polite.
Yeah, right. I'm doing just fine, Dad.
Yeah? That's really good to hear. I haven't been able to see you all these years, and I've always wondered how you were doing.
I called because I wanted to ask you something.
What is it?
I saw you meeting with Mom
Huh?
last Sunday at that diner down near City Hall on 5th Street. I was there too. I was not spying on you guys or anything. I just happened to overhear you talking about education expenses. Figured it must have been you.
Oh, I see. You saw us, huh? Yeah, well, I pay your mom regularly every 6 months or so.
Really?
At first, she wanted me to deposit the money directly so we wouldn't have to meet, but that way I wouldn't be able to ask how you were doing. I agreed to increase the payment in exchange for meeting directly on occasion. I also got her to sign a receipt for each payment, so I have all the evidence.
Really? I didn't realize that. By the way, how much do you give her each time?
Huh? Mom never told you?
No, she never mentioned it.
Let's see, I give about $10,000 every 6 months or so.
$10,000? That's like $1,600 or so a month.
Yeah, something like that. What about it?
I was told you hadn't paid a cent in child support.
Huh?
She said you were poor and she received nothing from you. No settlement, no child support, nothing. For that reason, we were always poor and she's constantly complaining about bringing me up under these conditions.
Did your mom really say that?
Yes?
And about the divorce settlement?
Dad? Did you remarry?
No. I've been single since the divorce.
Seriously? She said the reason why you guys got divorced is that you cheated on her. She said you have your new family and didn't want to see me anymore.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. So, ever since high school, I've been working part-time to help out. And saving for school. I've been paying for all her meals, too. She's also against me going on to college. She wants me to work after graduating from high school.
I didn't realize. I heard that you didn't want to see me. So all I had to go on was what your mom told me when we met. I'm sorry I didn't push it. I should have realized.
No, it's not your fault, Dad. So, could we meet?
Huh?
Seems to me that everything Mom is saying is a lie. So, maybe we should meet and get things straight.
Yeah, you may be right. I'm also concerned about how she's using this so-called child support payment. Okay, let's meet.
Great. Hey, Marge. The first day of summer vacation. You're gonna add more shifts to your part-time job, right? Maybe we should go on a trip somewhere on your payday. I quit my part-time job. Huh? I said I quit working. What? Are you serious? Oh, I get it. You're switching jobs. Did you get a better paying job or something? No, I'm not going to work. At all. I'm going to take the summer break to study and play as much as I can. Huh? What's got into you? You can make a lot of money during the summer. You're missing great opportunity. More accurately, I don't have to work part-time anymore. Huh? What are you harping on about? Hey, Mom. Are you at home now? Yes, I just got up. Yeah, you got home pretty late last night. Or should I say, this morning. Well, of course. I had to work late. Couldn't just stay up. Had to get a little rest. Working late, huh? More like partying late. Huh? Come on. I know you're not working. What are you saying? I called the office where you said you were working, and they said they never heard of you. Huh? Who gave you the right to check up on me? The only reason that we can go on living is because I work hard every day. How could you say that I don't work? How do you think we survive? That money is my child support payment. Huh? I'm not going back home anymore. Hold on a second, Margie. Someone will send you a line. So, hold on. Don't lie to him. Be honest.
Hey, Caroline. It's me.
Brian? What do you want? That's someone Marge was talking about. Was you?
Yeah, that's right.
Hold it. That means...
Marge is with me right now.
Just 1 second. I haven't told Marge your contact info. So, how?
Marge is an adult now. She's not stupid. She can do all the checking she wants. You've been living with her all these years and you still haven't noticed how she's grown up?
That's easy for you to say. Besides, she wouldn't want to contact you anyways.
Seems Marge saw us the last time we met and handed over the child support payment.
Huh? But that diner is nowhere near the school or workplace. Besides, that day she was working.
Did you know that her part-time job was at a diner?
Of course I do, but it wasn't at that diner.
Well, she was working at the downtown branch to help out. One of the staff members apparently called in sick. She filled in for the day.
Huh? Help out?
Yeah, that diner has several restaurants around the area. They shift staff around when required. Anyways, she was working there when we met that day. She was cleaning the table right next to ours when she overheard our conversation. Apparently, we were just talking about child support. She saw me hand you the envelope full of cash.
No, that can't be right.
Yep, she witnessed the whole thing. And she knows that you've been getting that child support from me for the past 10 years. In other words, she knows you've been deceiving her for all these years.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, and one more thing. About our divorce, she also knows you cheated on me and not the other way around.
Huh? You told her about that?
I really never should have trusted you. But I truly believe that you would put your daughter first no matter what. But you even had the gall to tell me she got into an expensive private school all these years and needed money for tuition. According to Marge, she just went to a local public school. On top of that, she was working part-time to save money for college. I really can't believe you treated your own flesh and blood this way.
Yeah, well, you know.
You're going to pay me back. All of it.
Huh?
The child support you used up the past 10 years.
Huh? You can't be serious.
I've already hired a lawyer. All the papers are being drawn up as we speak.
Wait, please. I don't have that kind of money.
I already talked to your folks and they promised to make you pay it all back.
Huh? You talked to my folks?
When we got divorced, you said there was no problem bringing up Marge because your folks would support you, but it seems you've been estranged for the past 10 years. I had known, I would have done something about it.
But I need to keep receiving payment. You know Marge is going to college and all.
I will take custody of Marge from now on.
Huh?
You were completely against her going to college because of the cost. You told her to start working right after high school, right? So, in order to fulfill Marge's dream, who better than me? Someone who has the financial means to do so.
Oh, no. How am I supposed to survive?
I guess you just have to get a job.
But Marge won't want to be separated from her mother.
She just messaged you online about not going home. That tells you all there is about how Marge feels.
I want Marge back. Give me back my daughter.
We don't want a mother that treats her only daughter as some kind of human ATM machine. After that conversation, my ex-wife finally realized that all of Marge's stuff was gone, and she had already moved out. After looking through all the messages from my ex on both my phone and Marge's, we blocked her from our line. Marge dropped out of her current school and transferred to another near me. She made the decision knowing her life would never improve by living anywhere close to her mother. I made all the arrangements so she can start school by the end of the summer. About the child support, she did use a portion of it for her living expenses, so we agreed on a lump sum of $100,000, but in installments. And Caroline? Well, she never really worked before, so I hear she's currently working under a manager that's half her age.